and he loves reading books. He makes YouTube videos, and he believes that humanity is the essential element to all of science and technology. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the first speaker with this title, Are They Really Green? Toastmaster Madhu, are they really green?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vinay. Please confirm me whether I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Yes, okay. Yeah. So electric vehicles, the wave of the future. Electric vehicles are green with zero emission. Tesla will not stop until every car on the road is electric. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Please raise your hands if you have heard of these statements about electric vehicles recently. Do I see some hands? Yes, I do. It's amazing. Some of you have raised your hands. Well, electric vehicles are the current vogue. Electric vehicles are the talk of the town. What's the reason? I did ask this question to some of you today in the morning. Most of you have said to me that electric vehicles are green, they're clean, they do not emit harmful greenhouse gases, and they do not make a lot of noises. It's not just you guys. There's so many leaders in the automotive domain who believes that electric vehicles are green and electric vehicles are the future of transportation, urban and rural mobility. In one of the reports published by McKinsey and Company on 7 September 2021, it's mentioned that electric vehicles will transform the automotive domain and it will help in decarbonizing the planet Earth. And it's also mentioned in the same report that by 2035, electric vehicles will have a major market share in the automotive domain in Europe, China, and USA. Right? So basically, people are believing that by shifting into electric vehicle, they are saving planet Earth. Let's just take an example. Neeta. Neeta is a girl who is very much conscious about environment. She believes in green and sustainable products. Neeta has recently purchased an electric scooter for her daily commutation. And every single day when she is on the road with her electric vehicle, by looking at other vehicles, which are petrol and diesel engine vehicles, she says within herself that I am saving this planet Earth. What are you guys doing? You dirty fossil fuel burners. Guys, there's so many myths around electric vehicles and electric mobility. Myth number one, electric vehicles are green with zero carbon emission. Myth number two, petrol and diesel engine vehicles are going to become obsolete, meaning they'll disappear in the future, maybe 10 to 15 years down the line. Third myth is that petrol and diesel engine vehicles are tagged as main culprit for the increase in CO2 and increase of the global temperature. Let us check out what are the realities, right? The myth number one was electric vehicles are green with zero carbon emissions. Actually, electric vehicles are falsely termed as green vehicles. It is totally agreed that while the electric vehicles are there on the road, they do not emit any sort of gases. They are clean. But to be called as pure green vehicles, they should not emit carbon, or they should be carbon neutral in their entire life cycle, right? So let us understand how electric vehicles are polluting in different phases of their life cycle, right? First, procurement of raw materials required for the electric vehicle manufacture, which includes mining of aluminum, lithium, nickel, cadmium, which causes a lot of pollution. Second, manufacturing and assembly units of these electric vehicles produces a lot of carbon dioxide. Third, delivering these electric vehicles to the customers, the transportation of these electric vehicles to the remote places, they cause a lot of pollution. Fourth, to run these vehicles on the road, we need to charge the vehicles. Currently, most of this electricity required is generated by burning coal or other fossil fuels, right? Fifth, once the electric vehicle is done with their life, to recycle this electric vehicles, also to dispose these batteries, there are a lot of challenges and they cause a lot of emissions, right? So increase in electric vehicles on the road basically increases the energy demand, which in turn results in power generating stations to burn more fossil fuels in order to meet this energy demand, thereby causing pollution, right? Electric vehicles can be little environmental friendly only if we use electricity generated by renewable sources of energy such as solar, wind. But there's a catch over here. According to World Energy Council, in the current scenario in India, only 1.2 to 1.3% of the total energy is produced by solar and wind combined, which is very less. Now let's talk about myth number 2. Petrol and diesel engines are going to become obsolete. Toyota company, who's a car manufacturer, few years back released a statement saying that by 2020, they're not going to manufacture petrol and diesel engine vehicles. They'll only manufacture electric vehicles. But later they realized and they restated saying that electrification doesn't mean the death of petrol and diesel engine vehicles. And according to World Energy Council, USA, even in the year 2040, 85 to 90% of the vehicles on the road are going to be petrol and diesel engine vehicles. Only the 10% to 15% of the vehicles are going to be electric or hydrogen based vehicles, right? So let's talk about myth number 3. Petrol and diesel engines are tagged as main culprit for increase in CO2. The reality is that on an average in the world, only 30% of the carbon dioxide is emitted by these petrol and diesel engine vehicles, right? So in conclusion, electric vehicles can be less polluting than its counterparts, which are petrol and diesel engine vehicles, are equally polluting or more polluting, right? But there are really good amount of research is carried out by a lot of car manufacturers, and also there's a good amount of push is there from government side to improve the renewable sources of energy infrastructure that we have and to increase their efficiency, right? So I'm still an advocate of electric vehicle because of the various advantages that it is having. So I just want to say you that if you're not using electric vehicle, it doesn't mean that you are not saving the planet Earth. So this is all from my side. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.